Okay, this is the second part. Okay, so the first thing you do, what do? You read the heading. So the heading says an ordinary miracle. Okay, so you know miracles, right? Something's really strange, really wonderful. Only the gods and the powerful people can perform. But the adjectives, an ordinary miracle, may it's the result is really good, but the attempt doesn't really have to be very expensive and stuff like that. So which means that it's low tech and high impact. You use only low technology or minimum input and the maximum output, or the high impact. Okay, but an ordinary miracle. Well, what miracle? Which field? So you should read the subheading. So the subheading said bigger harvest. All right, without pesticides or genetically modified crops, farmers can make it happen by letting the weeds do the work. So it's all about agriculture, it's all about farming. So you know the context of that reading. It is agriculture or farming. And now let's go directly to the question. Don't waste your time reading the text. Let's go directly to the question. Okay, there are question number. All right, so here, let me see. Okay, this is on your Focus on IELTS textbook, page number 176, 177, and 178. Okay, page 176, they say question number 13 to 25 in less than 20 minutes. Okay, so now is it too small? Let me make it a little bigger, 180, so that'll be better to look at. All right, so here these are the sentence half matching. All right, these are the beginning of the sentences. All right, they took out those sentences from the whole text, and they chop it half. All right, they chop it half and they shuffle the second part and they put some extra, but they don't touch the first part. So which means that number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, they come chronological order. They come chronological order. When you do these kind of reading, please do not read the list of headings because it would be very confusing. So what you do is you get the keywords from the first part, you try to find those relevant sections, relevant paragraph, and you try to find the relevant these words, and you try to find the answers. Only when you found the answers should you read against these list of head endings. But before you found the answer, never have a look at these ending. All right, so number 13, Napier grass. Of course, you try to find Napier grass, which paragraph tells you about Napier grass and what does Napier grass do. All right, you find it, and when you found it, you should read against the list of heading. And number 14, the plant called striga. All right, that part, number 14, will not come before 13, only after 13. And number 15, growing single crop, singles, just one type, growing single crops. Underline it. And number 16, plogging the land. You plug the land, you know it, right? And number 17, sowing black oats. So you try to find those black oats, plugging the land and stuff like that. But don't start getting busy yet. Move on to the other sections because you're supposed to do 13 to 25. This is only 13 to 17. What do you have to do in number 18 to 25? Have a look. All right, so this is a table completion, and you have to write no more than 3 words, okay? And then again, it's really important to look out for the clues and the keyword. All right, so number 18. So when you read it down here in the second column, strategies, okay? So what do you see? Here, growing, transplanting, leaving, replacing, reducing, using, growing. So number 18 is most likely start with a verb ing, okay? And what do you have to look out for? East Africa. You try to find East Africa and you try to find a verb ing. What are the farmers doing in East Africa? I mean, believe me, if you follow my strategy, you should get that number 18 answer in less than 10 seconds. All right. Okay, number 19. Growing mixed crops together. Where do they grow mixed crops together? And does it ring a bell in your head? Growing mixed crops, growing single crops. See? So number 15 and number 19 are related. You might find these two answers at the same time. Number 19 is where, so be careful with the capital letter. All right, and number 20, so you try to find Madagascar. Okay, what you're looking for is Madagascar. You're trying to find a paragraph that tells you about Madagascar. Forget about transplanting, leaving, forget them. Don't waste your time. What you're trying to look for is in Madagascar, you try to find chemical fertilizer. They don't use the chemical fertilizer anymore. They use something else. Okay, something else replace chemical fertilizer. What is that? In Madagascar, you try to find it. Okay, and again, you try to find another paragraph that tells you about Cuba, right? So Cuba, you try to find it and reducing. So be careful, there's a trap always. So what did Cuban reduce? Not somebody else's reduce. Okay, and you might not find that word reduce directly. You might find some synonyms. So what did Cuban reduce? All right, and using something instead of farm vehicle. Just imagine, I mean, have you ever been to a farm, or have you ever been the vehicles that are used in the farm? What vehicles were used in the farm? Right, in Cuba, they don't use those farm vehicles anymore, but instead they use something else. What did the Cuban use instead of those farm vehicles? I mean, you know the farm vehicles, right? Tractors and stuff. All right, and number 23 is the benefits to the farmer. Because of these things, the yields doubled 2 times. They got that 2 times production, and citizens something increased. What will citizens what increase, okay? And you try to find Latin America. In Latin America, they use zero tillage. All right, and then, you know, lower cost, which means cheaper, and improve something. Well, what gets improved? What gets better? All right, higher yields. I mean, production gets higher, and higher something. What gets higher? All right. So here, 2 sections. Don't read section by section. Both section, question number 13 to 25, okay? Question number 20 to 35, don't read, find the answers, okay? No more than 15 minutes. Okay, have a go. Good luck.